Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go, boys! 3 wide going sideways, pushing to the red. Spun out 50 times, ain't dead yet. Trading paint, hitting marbles loose. You don't like my driving, then turn it loose. Rubbing sun is racing, that ain't just talk. Bug-eyed dummy tried to push me off the track. Foot on the gas, balls on the dash. Young guns coming, better move your ass. Crank it up, let the speakers crack. I ain't lifting till I see God or a checkered flag. Track's drier than a popcorn fart, but I'm welded to the floor, baby, right from the start. They call me Lucky Dog, 1 lap down. Watch me take the lead next time around. You wanna cause a big one, get out my way. This rigged bucket of no, never mind what I say. Foot on the gas, balls on the dash. Young guns coming, better move your ass. Crank it up, let the speakers crack. I ain't lifting till I see God or a checkered flag. Yeah. I'm just gonna put my foot on the floor. And I'm not lifting till I see God or a flag. Foot on the gas, balls on the dash. Young guns rolling, balls on the dash. Crank it up, balls on the dash. See God, balls on the flash. Boogity, boogity. That's checkered, boys.
Good afternoon, everybody. Here we are on the on the 8XI channel, 811 channel here. I'm going to be your host here this afternoon, Bounty, and tonight we're coming to you live from the challenging Kansas Motor Speedway for 100 laps of high-speed action. The sun might be up just a little bit right now with a little overcast. But by the end of this race, we're definitely going to be under the lights here. We are still waiting on the track to finish out drying before we get rolling here as everyone starts filling in the field. See if we can go ahead and get our grid up for the Heartland Hustle 100 here. Starting out our grid tonight with the pole sitter Jerry Powers. Jerry Powers gonna ride for Rush Motorsports here tonight, putting in a whopping 29.9 for the pole. Terry Hughes Jr. round out your second position here tonight on the front row. Hunter Foley, another name that we don't really see often up here in the front, For Nap Daddy Racing in the 3rd position, Cody Pierce on the outside of him from Sinners and Saints. Jack Garrity starting in the 5th position. Michael Aleshich Jr. from Sinners and Saints also in the P6. Kevin Tankos from Rush Motorsports, the owner of Rush Motorsports. The first time he's been in here since the preseason. Love to have him in here tonight. And then Troy Sand rounding out the 8th position. Chris 90. One of the fastest guys on the track during practice. For 811, or actually no, not 811. They race multiple leagues together. But he's running for Rush Motorsports here tonight as well. Thomas McLaughlin, who is running for 811 here tonight. Not last row. Once again, another multi-league guy. We round out your 10th position. Anthony Johnson, love to have him in here once again. 2nd week back for him in P11. Tony Swain out here in 12th. Rob Lodwick out here in P13. Ty Robertson in P14. I think Ty is one of the first ones that didn't turn a qualifying lap here tonight, along with Jonathan Smith out here in P15, Kyle Cortez in P16, and Trent Hughes running out the field in 17th. Well, as we're sitting here, still waiting on the track to dry from the rain we had earlier today, you can still see the clouds rolling out. See if we can't get some of our weather up here, if it'll decide to work here tonight, or this afternoon, or however you want to call it. Here we are. Temperature is 75 degrees. The wind is about 4 miles an hour right now. Still cloudy out. Humidity is at 72%. So it's going to be a nice, cool track. Cars are probably going to be pretty sticky, but there is absolutely zero rubber on this track right now. So we're going to see how that plays into effect for these guys here tonight. Let's see if we can't get some of these guys rolling around here, because I think we just got the good to go. See if we can't run up here to our leader. There they are, ladies and gentlemen. They are cranked up and ready to roll here tonight. And like I was talking about with Jerry Powers, this is his first race in here. He was brought over and asked to fill in, to be a field filler here tonight. Another guy that we know pretty well. He races very clean and very fast. Definitely expect him to be a contender here tonight at the Kansas Motor Speedway. As the pace car starts rolling off here, see if we can go ahead and get a look through our field here. We have 17 cars out here tonight. A little bit bigger field than we normally have. I know Terry Hughes was a little mad he didn't end up with the pole here tonight. He wasn't expecting a 29 out of anybody, especially with no rubber on the track. These guys are already pushing and shoving going into fucking third 3 here. As a pace car should elect to go ahead and pull down here, we should go ahead and get the green. There he is. Alright boys, let's go racing as we start coming into the restart zone. How late are we going to send it? A little bit past the line, but oh well. Let's go ahead and get us green, boys. As a big check up there before the start-finish line. I think the 6 has already missed a gear. Oh, big pile up back here in the back. Oh, shit. Big one in lap 1, turn 1, gentlemen. Holy cow. We were not expecting that one. We saw a little checkup early, but that was not what we were expecting at all. Let's see if we can't go back and watch Hunter Folly here at the beginning of the race, or at the on the restart. Because it seems like he might have just straight up missed a gear. And then it caused a big pile up. Let's see if we can go back a little bit further and watch from the inside of his car here. We got second. No third. And he gets pounded and then gets into third. Looks like the 40 starts to come down a little bit, not realizing he was there. And just takes out the rest of the field. Man. See if we can get right on board with some more guys here and see what they might have seen. No, Tony Swan started in the back a little bit. Let's ride on board with him and see what he saw. Pretty big checkup. He gets out of it, and then it just gets pile driven right into the wall. The big one early here. As all your guys up front right now, Jerry Powers, Terry Hughes, Cody Pierce, Michael Alechich, Tony San, and Thomas McLaughlin were your only guys that were not tangled up in that, and that is going to be your top 6. And that happening this early in the race is gonna really tangle some of these guys up here. Because the points, every point in this series and for the championship really matters. And if you lose an opportunity and have like a bad pit stop or getting that wreck on lap 1, it really ruins that opportunity. As your leaders come back across the start-finish line here. We already have Tony Swan and Jack Garrity, Jonathan Smith, Ty Robertson coming down pit road. Ty Robertson already with a mangled up race car here tonight. Jonathan Smith got some pieces of that. Doesn't look too bad on his car. Rob's front end's caved in a pretty good bit. Chris Knighty smoking out that left front. Trent Hughes a little beaten and banged up there. Looks like just some scratches. He should be fine. Hopefully everybody can get these cars fixed up before the leaders come back around. How disappointing is that? Just first turn and on the first lap, just getting murdered here tonight for some of these guys. But everyone does have a fast repair. It sucks you have to learn use it this early. And here we come to the choose. Terry Hughes gonna pick the outside row. As everyone else just files in pretty much where they're needing to be. Or we're gonna be anyway. And we just have word Terry Hughes Jr. does not have any sort of communications to his box at all tonight. So he's pretty much running without a spotter and without a crew chief. He is going off raw feel here tonight. Or this afternoon. Or whatever time it is for you guys watching this right now. So we should be coming back to the start here. Here we are once again coming into your restart zone. Jerry Powers takes off where he's got Michael Alexius falling right behind him. Good restart for the inside road. Terry Hughes Jr. is going to run at the third place position here. As everyone else just kind of files in. As your leaders just pretty much all going to not really battle here. There really ain't much of a battle to begin with. Out here riding on with Thomas McLaughlin right now. Out here up 4 positions from where he started. Definitely helps with that wreck that happened in the 69. Hunter Foley down 4 positions from that bad restart here, or bad start, I should say, at the beginning of the race. 3 wide, Ty Robertson took it there out of 4, got a little loose, but he is on his way to the front after getting that thing fixed back up. And then there's Kevin Tankos. He finally comes back up here into the spot he's supposed to be in. But Chris Knight is right there on the inside, fighting with him. Kevin Tankos, this is his first actual race with us. That's not a preseason race. Let's see how he is able to manage the car here tonight with all of these guys that already have 3 races under their belt here in the Sunoco Racing League. Terry Hughes Jr. sticks a nose underneath the 5 on Michael Alexius. He said, I'm going for the lead. I don't care where you had me at the beginning of the race. I'm coming for it right now. As he fights on the inside. But the inside doesn't have as much of a run on exit as the outside does. As you see Michael Alexius attempt to go below the 46, but the 46 cuts him off. Which is going to give the room for the 81 to Terry Hughes Jr. And he's going to do the slide job on him. And he's got the second position. Now all he's got to do is chase down the leader of Gerald Powers. And Chris Knight once again up through the field. Chris Knight up 4 positions, he's up 8 positions from the wreck that he was just in. They got that car back out here and ready to roll. As you see Michael Alexius try to shoot the inside on Terry Hughes Jr. here. And then these two fighting side by side is just giving Jerry Powers more time to save, more time to pull away, save fuel, whatever he really wants to do. As Chris Knight has made his way up here into the 4th position on the inside. That is a man on a mission right now. Is Chris Knighty. He is on a freaking roll, guys. As Terry Hughes Jr. once again takes that second position away from Michael Olečić. Terry Hughes Jr. drops down in front of Michael Olečić, and then Gerald Powers cuts off Terry Hughes Jr. Gets him a little tight in the middle of the corner, and then Gerald Powers just pulls away there on exit. As Terry Hughes Jr. is battling some internet connection issues, as well as having absolutely no spotter, no crew chief, no nothing here tonight. As Michael Olečić attempts to go on the inside of Terry Hughes Jr. again, but him having to slow up just that little bit to put it down to the bottom gives Terry Hughes Jr. the room to come down as he chases Chris Knighty all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack going into 3. Chris Knighty gets into the back of the 5, gets him a little loose, but he checks up not to wreck him. But that's just going to leave the room for the 48 of Troy Sand and the 99 of Cody Pierce to get their spots back from Chris Knighty. And then your 2 leaders, Jerry Powers and Terry Hughes Jr., just left the field after that. As they put a 1.4 second gap back to Michael Olečić. This is going to give Terry Hughes Jr. the time that he needs to really work on this 46 of Jerry Powers. And just as we were talking, here comes Thomas McLaughlin working his way back up to the field. He has caught the back end of the 99 of Cody Pierce. After that little tag from the triple deuce and the 5 getting them loose, the 69 has caught back up to them as he leaves the guys of Kevin Tankos, Ty Robertson, Rob Lodwick, and Hunter Foley behind him. As Chris Knighty is up and into the wall there. No caution at this moment in time. But Chris Knighty with a fast car and into the wall with some big damage over on the right side. And that is going to affect this car major here in the long run. So come back up here to the front. Jerry Powers is still holding that lead over Terry Hughes Jr. They have stretched it out to a 1.5 second lead over third place in Michael Olečić. But all the guys back there have started coming back into the picture. You have Troy Sand. You have Cody Pierce. Thomas McLaughlin back here again, who has been caught by Kevin Tankos. Kevin Tankos, one of them tire savers and fuel savers. This is a fast car. But is he going to be able to save enough tire and enough fuel here in the long run and still have enough time to catch the leaders and maybe put a little distance between them? Or does he short pit them when it comes to that green flag stop? As he takes the spot over from Thomas McLaughlin. As you see Trent Hughes back here battling with the 42, but Trent Hughes is a lap down right now. He is just trying to get his way back through the field so he can get his lap back. Back up here to the front, you see Terry Hughes Jr. And Terry Hughes Jr. sticks the nose in on the 46, but the 46 has that middle line, which is going to have a run out of 2 here. These guys have been battling back and forth here, which is giving Michael Olečić the time or the chance to make up some of that time. It's not a lot, but it's enough that here on the long run, it might make a difference. As you see Cody Pierce back there and in the wall out of 4. As you see him and his teammates just sitting right here in 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And you see Terry Hughes Jr. once again trying to make some moves on this 46 car. Terry Hughes Jr. might have the faster car, but he has to get around that 46. The 46 is just going to sit here and take the line that he really wants away from him and aero block him so that way he can't get around. As Terry Hughes is going to attempt for the middle line here. He's going to get to the outside of that 46 car. He doesn't get there. But the 46 enters really low into 3. Is that going to give Terry Hughes Jr. a run here coming out of 4? It's looking like Terry Hughes Jr. chooses the bottom side, coming across the tri-oval. He almost clears in there. Jerry Powers chooses the high side here. He's really going to get a run out of 2. How is Terry Hughes Jr. gonna battle this? He's going to stay in the middle, not even try to side up in front of the 46 here. And they're just going to sit here and keep battling it out as Michael Alexis has closed the gap down by a full second in just a few laps that these guys have been running side by side, as Terry Hughes Jr. leads his first lap of the night here, I believe. As Jerry Powers just sits here and holds that high side, Terry Hughes Jr. is going to do a slide job here. Is Jerry Powers going to give the bumper to him, or is he going to take it to the inside? He's going to take it to the inside. Does Terry Hughes Jr. stay in the throttle and roll it out here? As Jerry Powers is going to end up with the position here out of 4. That's a close one, but give it to Terry Hughes Jr. holding the first position here. And like I was saying, these two fighting side by side is really just giving the chance for Michael Alexis, Troy Sand, Kevin Tankos, Ty Robertson, and Cody Pierce to really close that gap up. As we're going to sit here and run for a little bit side by side with a big group up here in the front, we're going to send it down for our first Fast and Loud of the night. And a big wreck during the Fast and Loud as not Kevin Tankos, Ty Robertson try to make a big move there underneath the Fast and Loud and gets turned. Let's see if we can't back that up for you guys. That was interesting, to say the least. See if we can't back that up a little bit here. As the caution flag comes out for the second time here tonight on lap 30, I believe. Yes, lap 30. As you see, these guys are 3 wide. Ty Robertson takes it down to the apron He still is able to do that here because it is a part of the racing surface. Let's see if we can't get a better view so everyone can see what's going on here. If we can get it up to the blimp cam, there we go. All right, let's see if we can't get a little view here. So you see, Troy Sand really changes his lineup. Is it Troy? Yes. Troy Sand really changes his lineup here and keeps it down on the bottom to attempt to keep Ty Robertson off the racing surface going into one. With all that room between him and Terry Hughes on the high side, he just ends up hooking the 9 of Ty Robertson. Ty looks like he might save it, but Troy really drives it in there and just turns the 9 of Ty Robertson and collects Jerry Powers in that as well, as long as Kevin Tankos, the 99 of Cody Pierce, was in that as well. You also see at the end of that, Thomas McLaughlin also got a piece of Troy Sand there as he was coming down the track. And then you also see Rob Lodwick back there get sideways trying to miss that wreck. So let's see here with 30 laps in, who's going to come down pit road, who's going to get fresh tires, who's going to get 2 cans of Sunoco Racing Fuel, and how it's all really going to sit here and play out. Oh, sorry guys, we left the Fast and Loud logo up there. Sorry about that. But Terry Hughes Jr. pulls out the P1 spot as he was fighting there as we went underneath the Fast and Loud, and then Terry Hughes just pulls away there as everyone started getting 3 wide right there behind him, which ended up causing that wreck. As Terry Hughes Jr., Michael Alleged, Cody Pierce, I believe Jerry Powers doesn't have a choice but to bring his down. He's pretty heavily damaged here. You see Ty Robertson, Thomas McLaughlin, Jonathan Smith, everyone coming down to service their cars on this pit stop. And you see Anthony Johnson already down, getting his 4 tires and fuel. That's probably going to give him a black flag here. Terry Hughes Jr. pulls in his pit box pretty nice and clean. As you see Jerry Powers with a very injured race car. He looks like he's going to be too far over here. Yep, he's going to have to put it in reverse. He's going to have to get right back in his box if he can't center it up. Michael Lech is already out. Terry Hughes Jr. out. Terry Hughes Jr. is probably going to get the win off Cody Pierce here in second, or third. As you see the rest of the guys start peeling out here. Jonathan Smith, Thomas McLaughlin, Kevin Tankos getting his car worked on here. Jerry Powers is getting his car worked on, and they already got it fixed up and ready to roll. Kevin Tankos, Chris Knighty, Rob Lodwick already coming out. Got 4 tires, a little bit repaired on that car. Ty Robertson in and out. Someone we haven't talked about tonight, Kyle Cortez, back here on pit road. I wonder what has happened to his car. He's sitting in relatively long here as you see the pace car and the leader of Troy Sand rounding it out here. You see the 8 on and off pit road. Hunter Foley bringing it down pit road. The 4 off pit road. So Troy Sand is your current leader. He did not pit there after the wreck. That might cost him a spot or cost him a lot of time. Honestly, he's got some pretty significant damage on that right rear or left rear. But he's out here just leading laps. All you got to do is lead. Don't matter how many laps you lead a single lap, you get a point. So he's already adding a point to his total here tonight, no matter where he finishes. As the lights are off on the pace car here, you have Terry Hughes Jr. up there in the second position. He chose the outside. He did not want to be behind the 48 here. Terry Hughes Jr. is always going to elect to be on the front row no matter where it's at. Not a lot of people on the inside row here, as everything is still trying to get worked out here on the back with lap cars. Pretty sure we are going to extend the caution. We do, because nobody got where they needed to be in the back of the pack. Everyone just dragging their ass around here. Not too sure what was going on there. But everybody just dragging around, not knowing where they need to be. As you see the pace car coming back around for one more time around, as he tries to get around Ty Robertson here on the bottom. As everybody should get their stuff worked out here. Ty Robertson looks like he might be saving some fuel down there on the bottom side. Trent Hughes, the only one still a lap down at this time. Trent Hughes is actually off the track. Don't know what happened to him, but he is out of the race at this moment in time. He brought it down and has not come back to the car. As Troy Sand is going to lead you into the Echo Park restart zone. Let's see how that damage really affects him here with his three teammates back there behind him and Terry Hughes Jr. on the outside. He's going to wait till they get outside the box to really go. Terry Hughes Jr. checked up a little bit there. He thought he was going too fast. He might get a penalty, which gives the inside line a big jump. And that's just going to give it. And Tony Sands just going to give it right to a Michael Alechius to give the lead right back to that 5 car. Terry Hughes Jr. just clears himself from that 48. The 48 is probably going to fall pretty far here with all that damage. He might be able to stick it out as Cody Pierce really falls back here, as there might be another caution. There is. Caution flag is out again. This one, not too sure what just happened. Let's go ahead and put that thing in reverse. Go back here to Ty Robertson. He looks a little slow. Oh, wow. Big wreck coming out of 2. We did not catch that. All right. Let's see if we can't ride on board with the 42 here. It looks like he went for a wild ride there. Rob Lodwick. If we can't ride on board. Here we go. Everybody hang on to your sheets, because he takes a lick. He gets back on the throttle right here in the middle. Everything. He gets a little loose, takes it from a 7. Oh! Wow. What a lick. See if we can't ride on board the 7 here of Tony Swain. And you see this Rob just gets loose and he just barely grabs the front end. Oh, and then he gets spun by somebody else. Oh, wow. That was a big hiccup from everybody there, it appears. You see Rob get a little loose, goes up the track, hits. Oh, and just everybody just scatters or gets hit. And man, what a tough break. Tony Swan did not need that. Neither did the 23 of Anthony Johnson or the 42 of Rod Blodwick, who really got the shit into the stick on that. He went for a ride and that car is still driving. jump back up here to your leaders as they take it down to pit road. That, I believe, was our third caution of the night there. And like we were saying before, after all that rain, there is no rubber on this track. It is relatively slick, and the track is relatively cool. It's around 72 degrees right now as you see some guys going ahead and taking it down pit road. As Troy Sand, Thomas McLaughlin, Kevin Tankos, Chris Knighty back down on pit road, trying to get more of that damage fixed. The 6 of Hunter Folly, Rob Lodwick, already still down there getting more stuff fixed. Anthony Johnson down here still getting his car fixed. Tony Swan still down here trying to get his car fixed. Some of your fast cars are already pretty damaged here tonight, especially from practice. But practice, we had tons of rubber, and it was a decently warm track. But after that rain came through, and 4 hours of rain delay and the track finally getting cleaned off, we are running underneath the lights, and no one was expecting to do that here tonight. So you just have crew chiefs calculating different ways of trying to manage the car, manage the tires. I know after that first pit stop, there were some guys talking about how they were cording already on that right side. As you see, this track is not picking up any rubber. As Ty Robertson is bringing it back down pit road. Anthony Johnson still down on pit road as well. Ty Robertson takes it down to the garage. He is having brake pedal issues after that wreck just then. He said the brakes are sitting here locked up. There's nothing they can do. So they're going to bring it down and try to get it fixed, so they can come back out here and salvage some points here tonight. As you have Michael Alexis Jr. and Terry Hughes Jr. bringing you down into the Sunoco restart zone. And we are green. As soon as that 99 hit the 5, they were like, let's go. That is all 3 teammates. And Michael Alexis, Cody Pierce, and Kyle Cortez down there on the bottom side. That gave Michael Alexis Jr. a massive lead going into 1 and 2. And then you see someone we haven't talked about all night tonight. Jonathan Smith up 11 spots here. Helped Terry Hughes Jr. get around in 3 and 4. He clears Cody Pierce and Kyle Cortez for the 2nd place position. Jonathan Smith out here running in the 2nd line, middle line. It looks like he's been doing that pretty much all night, but he normally likes to run that bottom side, but I think he's just really wanting to get track position here right now. As you see, Jerry Powers taking it to the inside and around the 10. Jonathan Smith concedes the spot going into 1. He was like, we're not going to sit here and battle. These guys are driving away from us. Let's single file out and go catch these guys again. Jonathan Smith, a real veteran here in the Sunoco Racing League. This man has tons of wins in multiple different leagues. He knows how to drive it. He is the crew chief behind the wheel. He tells his crew chief what he wants and they do it. As the battle for the lead up here is shaken out to 5 cars, you have Michael Alexis Jr., Terry Hughes Jr., Cody Pierce, Kyle Cortez, and Jerry Powers running in their top 5, which have really pulled away from Jonathan Smith here. You see Terry Hughes Jr. giving the bumper to the 5 of Michael Alexis here. Terry Hughes saying, I got the faster car, get out of my way, I want to go. I see the 99 of Cody Pierce trying to get out from behind the 81. He really wants that second position, if not the lead. Terry Hughes Jr. takes it way down to the bottom side of the racetrack, comes back up. Like we were saying earlier, Terry Hughes Jr. does not have a spotter, does not have a crew chief here tonight, or they're here, he just can't hear them. They're having so many electrical problems with that 81 as he tries to take the lead from the 5 here on the inside. He has no idea where any of these cars are around him. If they're not in his mirror or where he can see them, he has no clue. As you see, as Kyle Cortez really gets to the back bumper of the 81, he can't really close the distance because Terry Hughes Jr. just drives away from him. Terry Hughes is going to sit here and really watch where that 5 goes. He wants to get around him. As you see, Michael Alexis really takes that air away from the 81. He drives through the middle, exactly where Terry Hughes Jr. has been running while he's been running the bottom. And now it forces Terry Hughes Jr. to go low here. That run that you just get off the outside line really helps. Terry Hughes Jr. really drives it in there on the bottom side. Terry Hughes Jr. finally takes the lead from that 5 car. Let's see if he can actually drive away here as the 5 car. Oh no, Terry Hughes Jr. in the wall! Oh my God, what a shot from Cody Pierce to Terry Hughes Jr. right there at the start-finish line. The 81 is absolutely killed. Let's see if we cannot rewind that. Holy cow, Terry Hughes finally gets clear of the 5 car and then gets turned into the outside wall and gets clobbered. See if we can't get a better shot for you guys here. Terry Hughes really just following the racing line. The 5 just really looks like he hooks him there right into the safer bear and outside wall. Smokes the 46 and is pile driven in the passenger side door by the 99. Wow, what a shot. see if we can't get a better look for you guys here coming out of 4. Should have a rear view cam for the forward rear view cam on that 81. Let's see if we can't grab a hold of that real quick. Here we go. Let's see if we can watch from here. Wow. What an absolute shot for the 81. See if we can't ride on board with Cody Pierce here as he gives the 81 a shot. Just nowhere for him to really go as he tries to save it going to the inside there. Man. As he crab walks her all the way back to the pit road. You still have Terry Hughes Jr. sitting there on the track. Just hope he's okay. You see him right there sitting in turn 1. What a shot for the 81 as he finally gets clear of the 5. As Kyle Cortez comes out, your leader here. The 81 of Terry Hughes Jr. is finally getting towed back to pit road. He's going to be several laps down if he can get back out here on the track. As Cody Pierce is down on pit road right now. Jonathan Smith, Jerry Powers as well. Jerry Powers caught up in that incident there. What a tough break for the 46 team. They had a really fast car. Just couldn't get back through the traffic there after losing the lead. Jonathan Smith looks like he just might be topping off on fuel, and he is off and away. Hunter Foley coming back down. Looks like he's going to get possibly 4 tires and some racing fuel here. As you see Cody Pierce back out on the track. 4 tires for the 4. Looks like 4 tires for the 40 and 4 tires for the 6. As we saw, Ty Robertson had finally got his car back out here and on pit road. Hopefully they have everything fixed, and they do. He is coming back out on the track. Not the night that they were hoping to have here. Winning 3 races back to back. He was looking to make 4. 13 laps down. Not what they were wanting. As Jonathan Smith comes back down pit road to top off on fuel again. Looking like he's trying to make it to the end on this pit stop here. And that beautiful 10 machine. Like we always tell y'all, go check out Nap Daddy Racing Designs. These guys make these beautiful paint schemes. Jonathan Smith, the main man over there. They will hook y'all up. Just let them know that we sent you over. As both teammates right here, the 10 and the 6, and the Engine 4 Coffee Company, Nap Daddy Racing Design, Sunoco Chevrolets. As the pace car is off here, Kyle Cortez in the lead. into the Sunoco race start zone. Kyle Cortez is off, leading his, I believe, like first laps of the season here since the very beginning. At the preseason race over in Daytona. As Kevin Tankos, Thomas McLaughlin up here in the front, Jack Garrity up into the wall, looks like right there in 1 and 2. We haven't really talked about these guys that much tonight, but they're up here inside your top 5 right now. Kevin Tankos up here really starting to run down your leader of Kyle Cortez. Kevin Tankos, a multi-time champion in the Madness Racing League. He knows how to drive cars just like Ty Robertson. These guys were born inside race cars. As everyone has really just spread out here. Thomas McLaughlin probably out here saving a bit of tire and fuel for this long run that they're expecting. Jack Garrity back here with the 99 of Cody Pierce, who is a lap down right now due to that wreck involving Terry Hughes Jr. Chris Knighty back out here in 6th position with a Torp race car. Terry Hughes Jr. back out here on the racetrack. Looks like a man on a mission right now. Turning the fastest lap of the race, a 29.7. That car is not saving anything. He came back out here on a mission. He is currently registered 4 laps down. I don't think he can get them back, but if he keeps these lap times up, he just might. As we jump back up here to your leaders, Kevin Tankos really battling it out here with Kyle Cortez on the outside. As Kyle Cortez gets into the wall, it gives the room for the 4 to get clear. As the 5 of Michael Willets tries to shoot the middle, or the bottom, I'm sorry. Kevin Tankos was grabbing the middle line. As you see, Terry Hughes Jr., man on a mission. He has really closed that gap down. Terry Hughes Jr. put up a 29.8 that last lap around, and your leaders put out a 30.8. Terry Hughes Jr. is on the move. I bet he is coming for revenge on Michael Alechich Jr. As your 2 leaders here, Michael Alechich, Kevin Tankos, to the 8 of Kyle Cortez, really getting a run out of turn 2. Terry Hughes Jr., Cody Pierce, making their way up here with your leaders. Terry Hughes Jr. elects to go to the bottom side behind the 5. Terry Hughes and his teammate of Thomas McLaughlin on the inside and outside of the 5 car. As Thomas McLaughlin gives a big shot to the 8 of Kyle Cortez. Terry Hughes Jr. cuts off the 5. And it looks like he's really just going to stay in front of the 5 and ruin his race. Terry Hughes Jr. was not happy with the way he was raced as soon as he took the lead over from the 5. Hopefully he keeps it clean here and does not have to end up getting a penalty. As Ty Robertson, another lap car, as he gets back out here on the track. He's on the high side here. As Ty Robertson really makes it work through 1 and 2 on the outside, getting out of the way of the leaders. As you saw all 3 of your leaders there really get together. As Thomas McLaughlin and Kyle Cortez once again door bang going into 3. Terry Hughes and Michael Alechich just side by side, nose to tail. Terry Hughes is not letting Michael Alechich get anywhere. As you see the 2 teammates side by side, hogging the bottom and the top. Thomas McLaughlin running second, Terry Hughes Jr. in 12th. Scheduled 4 laps down right now. You see Michael Alechich is just really trying to find a spot around here. As Terry Hughes Jr. finally jumps up in front of his teammate from Thomas McLaughlin. Terry Hughes Jr. really on a roll here. He slowed down his pace significantly as soon as he caught the 5. As you see, I think he has proved his point, and he's just trying to get around your leaders to attempt to get his lap back here. As Thomas McLaughlin and Michael Alechich are on the outside here. Michael Alechich is probably going to take the middle, going to go straight. Going to go right to the bottom. Terry Hughes Jr. closes the gap off of 4. Michael Alechich drops to the bottom. What a really risky move there. Terry Hughes Jr. just on the outside of in the middle lane. Terry Hughes Jr. running the middle lane, not giving the 5 any room to get into 3. You would think these guys are battling for the lead again, but no, Terry Hughes Jr. is just absolutely pissed off with Michael Alechich the way he was raced as soon as he took the lead. As Michael Alechich gets out of the throttle there. At 70 to go, let's go ahead and drop it down to another fast and loud, probably the last one of the night. guys, we are back here, ladies and gentlemen, from our Fast and Loud. As you see, Terry Hughes Jr. finally gets around your leaders, and it's just really holding everybody up at this point. I don't know if he's done wore his tires out or what, but as you really see that Michael Alex is really putting a will into it here with the 4 of Kevin Tankos. As Thomas McLaughlin and Kyle Cortez have really started to fall off here. Since we're really far spread out here, let's go ahead and get through our guys. Jack Garrity back here running in the 5th position, 11 seconds back from Jackson, New Jersey. Hasn't been an awfully great night for him, but he's running in the 5th position, which is not bad right now. Jonathan Smith and Hunter Foley back here running 6th and 7th. Currently 18 seconds back from your leaders. Teammates probably back here just saving fuel for the long run so they don't have to pit again. Cody Pierce really has fallen off here on the long run. Back here in 8th. Still registered a lap down. As you see Thomas McLaughlin coming out to service his race car. Tony Swan back here in the 9th position, still registered a lap down. As you see Chris Knighty bringing it back up onto the racetrack from pit road, servicing his Sunoco Racing machine. Currently registered in 11th, 2 laps down. Terry Hughes Jr. really started to stretch it out from Kevin Tankos right now. Back here in 12th, 3 laps down, as you have Michael Alexic and Kyle Cortez both coming down pit road. Kyle Cortez misses pit box, has to back it up. He's getting 4 tires and 4 cans of Sunoco Racing Fuel. At this rate, might be 1 can of Sunoco Racing Fuel. He got right sides only, in and out. As Michael Alexic gets 4 tires, 1 can of Sunoco Racing Fuel, and is back out on the racetrack. Ty Robertson, after battling so many issues here tonight, he's found himself 12 laps down in the 13th position. Anthony Johnson back here just behind the teammates of Jonathan Smith and Hunter Foley, who have found themselves in 3rd and 4th after these pit stops. Anthony Johnson 15 laps down, scheduled in 14th position after the major wrecks that he was caught up in. Rob Ludwig just trying to get around the track right now, registered 17 laps down in 15th. He is just trying to stay out of the way right now and on the track. He wants as many points as he can get here tonight. Jerry Powers and Trent Hughes both out of the race here tonight, as Tony Swan brings it down pit road. Currently in the 10th position. Kevin Tanko still your race leader right now. Who knows when this man is going to have to bring it down for Sunoco Race Fuel. There's no way he can make it to the end on this fuel, unless he really starts to save. He is 13 seconds of Jack Garrity, 18 seconds of Jonathan Smith and Hunter Foley, but they are really starting to close that gap down with 17 laps to go here. As we were talking, Jonathan Smith back up here in 3rd. on this long run. They have closed it down half a second on Kevin Tankos right now. He is really starting to try to save some fuel. Jack Garrity in second right now from Jackson, New Jersey. He has closed it down 3 seconds on Kevin Tankos. Makes you wonder, is Kevin Tankos going to have to pit here? As the 99 of Cody Pierce, currently registered in 5th, gets his lap back from Kevin Tankos. Michael Olechi's back here in 6th. He's scheduled a lap down, which means he did take 4 tires in Sunoco Racing Fuel. Him and Thomas McLaughlin right now battling it out for the 6th position. Thomas McLaughlin pitted way earlier than Michael Olechi did. These guys have to get back around the track to even think about battling Kevin Tankos right now. Kyle Cortez really starting to close it in on your leader again. Another car registered a lap down right now. Oh, big wreck into 1. Kyle Cortez, your leader of Kevin Tankos. And Chris Knighty involved. What in the world just happened? As Chris Knighty might be out of your race with that hard hit into the wall there. See if we can't get into our chopper cam here and really see what just happened. Let's watch from Kyle Cortez's car. As he tries to split the gap between the Triple Deuce and the 4. The 4 goes up the racetrack. The Triple Deuce tries to stay to the bottom, but he really has to get into the corner so he doesn't wash up through the corner. But when he comes up, he was not expecting the 8 to be right there on his quarter panel. And just was not clear at all. So that's going to bring out your caution. Hopefully that did not take out your leader, Kevin Tankos, of this race. He had a monster lead, but it was closing. As Kevin Tankos has to get towed into pit road. So Jack Garrity will be your leader. Followed by Jonathan Smith, up 13 spots. Hunter Foley back up here in the 3rd position since the beginning of the race. Cody Pierce back up here in the 4th position. Michael Olechi up here in the 5th. Thomas McLaughlin in the 6th position. Kyle Cortez bringing it back around after that wreck. Heavy damage to the front of that 8 car. He cannot catch a break this season at all. Each week he's tangled up in a wreck that cost him any sort of way to win it. Troy Sand rounds out your 8th place position. Tony Swan back out of here in the 9th, scheduled 2 laps down. Kevin Tankos currently still sitting in the pits. Terry Hughes Jr. back, still out here on the track. It looks like he might have pitted earlier, so he wouldn't have to bring it back down. But it looks like he might. Yes, he does. He brings it back down. He's possibly going to get 4 tires and a can of Sunoco Racing Fuel here. Jonathan Smith bringing it down pit road. He stops in his box. He misses his box, actually. He's got to put it in reverse. Back it up, Terry. But hopefully, Terry Hughes Jr. does not have to do the same thing. He gets it in there, kind of crooked, but it's all right. His guys are going to put 4 tires and a can of Sunoco Racing Fuel as his teammate of Thomas McLaughlin heads on out. The 99, the 10, the 9, the 23, the 6, all out of pit road, and now the 81 as the 48 of Troy Sand brings it down pit road. You see all these guys coming off pit road right now. Jump up here to your leader of Jack Garrity. This is going to be an interesting start for sure. We're going to be coming to 9 to go when we take the green flag here. Jonathan Smith comes back down, puts 4 tires on her. Actually, just right sides and a can of Sunoco Racing Fuel as Kevin Tankos is still down on pit road. Scheduled in 11th position. Chris Knighty out of your race, your 3rd driver out tonight. Terry Hughes Jr. getting back out on the track. He finds himself in the 10th position. As we should be coming to the choose here. Nope, I have no idea what's going on here. Everyone's on the bottom side. You have 2 kind of stacked up on the top. Unsure what's going on with this restart. But Jack Garrity is your current race leader with 9 laps to go. The 99, not even on the lead lap. He is registered a lap down in 5th place. Hunter Foley in 2nd. Jonathan Smith in 3rd. Everything's really starting to stack up here. The closing laps of the race. As Jonathan Smith chooses the inside here. The battle for the lead is between the 40 and the 10. The 99 is nothing to do with the lead right now. He is just in the way. Thomas McLaughlin also scheduled a lap down. As the 40 and the 10 get into each other there. Thomas McLaughlin shoots a 3 wide. Jack Garrity getting shoved 3 wide all the way across the racetrack. Your P4 is sitting way on back. Half a second to your top 3 leaders right now. Most of these guys right now are a lap down. Jonathan Smith is your current race leader. Jack Garrity, big wreck! Right here going into 1 again. Let's see what in the hell just happened around. Hell, I don't even know at this point. Looks like Hunter Foley comes up, son. The 40 comes down and just shoves the 6 all the way across the racetrack. Hits the 8. The 8 hits the 40. Piles up the 9 of Ty Robertson. Terry Hughes Jr. getting a piece of that as well. Not what you want to see for Hunter Foley here tonight. And Kyle Cortez once again just right spot at the wrong time. Well, he's a lap down. Still right spot, wrong time, because he could have got his lap back if that would have stayed green. Because Thomas McLaughlin got his lap back there, if I'm not mistaken, from Jonathan Smith. Or at least it was close. Hunter Foley towing the pit road right now. Your leader, Jonathan Smith, with coming to, well, right now 5 to go. Jonathan Smith is up 14 positions. The biggest mover of the race right now. He has kept that car as clean as he can. As Jack Garrity is bringing it down pit road. That car is torn up. Kyle Cortez torn up yet again. Hunter Foley down here on pit road. Looks like his race is over. Just look at the front end of that Chevrolet. Thomas McLaughlin should be getting his lap back here, and he is. Your lucky dog of Thomas McLaughlin. Ty Robertson bringing that tore up 9 machine back down pit road. Rob Lodwick trying to get the rest of that 42 machine repaired. Terry Hughes Jr. started in second here tonight. Found his way in a big wreck. Got the car fixed. Back out here currently in 8th. Scheduled 3 laps down still. He cannot get them laps back. When you have people in front of you continuously 1 to 2 laps down, it's hard to get the lucky dog. Troy Sand finds his way up here in the 2nd position once again. Cody Pierce back here in 3rd. Thomas McLaughlin back here in 4th. Way on in the back. You have 4 cars on the lead lap as of right now. Everybody else a lap down. Kevin Tankos registered in the 5th position, 2 laps down. Tony Swain up here in the 6th, 2 laps down. Jack Garrity 2 laps down in pit road. Terry Hughes Jr. 3 laps down in 8th. His teammate Thomas McLaughlin right behind him, 4th position. Let's see if Terry Hughes Jr. might have something up his sleeve to help that 69 get his first win. Jonathan Smith bringing us to the Sunoco restart zone here. Jonathan Smith is off right in the middle. He gets a big lead. Jonathan Smith is absolutely taking off here. Troy Sand right behind him. Cody Pierce, Thomas McLaughlin, those are your guys to watch right now. Terry Hughes Jr. around the top side of the 5. His teammate of Thomas McLaughlin right there behind him. Terry Hughes Jr. just trying to drag that 69 along. As we come to the white flag, Jonathan Smith for the last time going into turn 1. Jonathan Smith with a great lead right now. Doesn't look like he's going to have any issues from Troy Sand or Cody Pierce. Terry Hughes Jr. on the inside of Cody Pierce. Not a problem because Terry Hughes Jr. is not on the lead lap. Jonathan Smith, for the first time this season, brings it home at the Kansas Speedway. Jonathan Smith has conquered your 103 laps here tonight after a 4-hour rain delay. He gets the job done from 15th to 1st, 14 positions. What a run from the man himself. He's had the opportunities, just not the car. As he gets a little door bang from Kevin Tankos, as Terry Hughes Jr. and Michael Alessis are getting into each other down here on pit road. Terry Hughes Jr. not happy with the way he was raced by the 5 car. So you go over here to Jonathan Smith, just sends it into the grass. Jonathan Smith didn't need to lead every lap, just needed to lead the ones that count. The man that knows how to save anything and everything also knows how to drive it hard when you need to. What a race, ladies and gentlemen. As we pull up your race results here, maybe. And there you have it. Jonathan Smith, Nap Daddy Racing is your winner here tonight. Troy Sand pulls it out the second place spot by half a second from Sinners and Saints. Cody Pierce, another Sinners and Saints Racing, rounding out P3. Thomas McLaughlin, P4. Kevin Tankos in P5. Tony Swan, 2 laps down, pulls out a P6. Terry Hughes Jr., with all the things that he went through here tonight, comes out in P7. Jack Garrity, Hunter Foley, Kyle Cortez, Michael Alechich, have no idea what happened to him to end up 6 laps down here. He was on the lead lap and then we have no idea what happened to him. Then you have Chris Knighty running as your 12th position. Anthony Johnson, Ty Robertson rounding out P14. And then your 3 DNFs. Rob Lodwick, Jerry Powers, and Trent Hughes. Unfortunate turn of events for those gentlemen here tonight. What a race we had here, guys. We had some big wrecks in a lot of different ways, mostly in turn 1. But thank you guys for joining us here tonight for another exciting race from the Sunoco Racing League. Congratulations to Jonathan Smith on his first win of the season and able to knock out the dominant Ty Robertson from getting his 4th straight win here tonight. And thank you all for joining us for this race here tonight at Kansas Motor Speedway. Hopefully we'll be able to see you all next week at another round of racing. Until then, drive safe, race clean, and have a great night.